Already.
Pop. Pop pop. Pop. Pop pop. Pop. Pop pop. Pop.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Misfits and Monsters. I'm your scary neighborhood dungeon master, Aaron, and with me today I have the usual collection of freaks that are one by one going to enthusiastically introduce who they are and what characters they play to you in the form of an amusing limerick, sentence, or just a collection of words. Yeah, in the hope that they will earn an inspiration dice to use in tonight's game.
Did you say just a collection of words?
Yeah, if you want.
We did last time.
That's what we've come down to.
Random words generator.
Yeah. Do I sound okay still, by the way, to everybody?
Yeah,
I'm
sound
loud.
fine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So who wants to go first? Who's ready? Who's got something prepared other than Has?
But why?
Mike's grinning. Mike looks like he's ready.
No, I'm so not ready. I'm actually looking at my old one, but I can do the old one.
What about Max? He's smiling. He's smiling.
No, I'm rubbish. I've been far too busy in the real world.
Damn it.
I'll do mine.
That real world. Yeah, go
Small
for it.
collection of words.
Mm-hmm.
Big, pink, axe, freak.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
Do I get
Called.
inspiration? Called Craig.
And you are.
Oh, I'm Craig.
Yeah.
We're both the same thing.
big pink.
Axe freak. Maybe not big. That's a lie.
Diminutive.
I'm very small.
Off-white.
I'm leaning really far forward so I make Pat look small.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Pat leans forwards, the illusion's going to be broken.
Your camera needs
God damn
moving
it,
a bit. It needs tilting a bit towards towards your left.
My left?
Yeah.
Yeah, so towards me.
Ooh.
No, that's away. Tilting towards you.
Oh, tilting?
Not tilting, turning, sorry.
Okay, so he means stage left.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay,
who's next?
I can do a couple of words.
Okay, go on then, Pat.
Half, orc, monk, 15, settings.
Zen.
No, okay, so
Preferences.
green, punch, kick, stab, steal, deceive, religion.
Lie, cheat, steal.
Everybody doing that.
Eddie Guerrero.
Cheech, Chong.
This is your character.
It's about it.
Okay.
That's all the words I
What's
could.
the name?
Sif.
Oh yeah. Okay. Who are you?
but
Oh yeah, that's.
Jolly good. Okay. Come on in,
I
Mike.
can go next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
have we
All right.
just go into
Mike, Ezra, Golden, Paladard, Magnificent, Hair, Worth It.
Oh. Wait, how many words? Just as many as we want.
As many as you like, as many as you feel adequately
like that, Mike.
encapsulates your character.
I
All right,
like the
Mike.
look he gave the camera as well.
Yeah, that earns you inspiration.
Worth
Mike.
it.
That earns you
Yeah.
inspiration.
Oh.
Okay.
I keep forgetting to use it. That's the problem, though.
Okay,
go.
I'll do collection words. I can make that up on the fly. Max, Boggart, Warforged, Gear, Protocol, Compile, Memory, Disintegrate.
I think your PC just crashed.
Okay.
Okay.
That's yeah. You can have an inspiration as well. Go on. And so can Pat and Craig. Sorry. Go on then, Kat.
Go on. I guess I'll follow suit. So, Cat, Kayla, Tiefling, Lilac Huge, Whips, Chains, Hot Sauce, Fire, Explosion,
Yay!
Yeah. Okay.
Pizza.
Pizza. The addition at the end earns you inspiration. That word. There's only one other word that could equal that, and that is donut.
That's just me, really. Yeah.
Explosions.
All right, Haz.
All right, I'm gonna have to do this on the fly. Actually, I'll do words as well. You know, Junta. Has, bramble, scarecrow, walking, bag, straw-filled, underwear, itchy, beard, weirdo, demeanor, dwarf, sexy, voice, wolf.
Oh.
There you go.
All right.
Beard weird.
You all get inspiration because I'm feeling generous. So there you go.
Yay.
So last session we were still sort of wrapping up, pun intended, our Craftmas
Hey.
gift session, and you'd all basically received your gifts from each other and well as resurrecting Boggart's disintegrated body. His spirit from his disintegrated body and installing it in the construct gear-forged form of a diminutive goblin automata that the Craftfather had in conjunction with Zox the gnome artificer had gifted to Groggot the ogre, who was obviously missing, having his newly limbed gnome father figure who used to ride astride his shoulders, and so this was meant to sort of fill that gap in his life. Now that Boggart no longer needs to use him to get around, but now two birds have been killed with one stone in the fact that Boggart soul was resurrected and installed in this construct, which now, and I did forget to mention that it is legless. That was the point that I forgot to.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't have legs, which is why it still has to be seated on Groggot the ogre's saddle upon his shoulders, behind his neck and head.
Were the robot legs anything left of Bog?
Yeah.
Oh,
So he still has the giant robot legs. Well, the disproportionately large
we can work with that.
Poor
prosthetic
Grog.
mechanical limbs. But
Poor-
but the thing is, so I'll get into character now. So being as I'm gonna have to explain this
Which
stuff.
one?
Zox, I'm gonna speak to you in Zox's voice. So here we go. Let's have some tunes in the background. So he's like, now one of the things about this construct body you find yourself in, Boggart, is that when you sit astride Groggot, you award him with certain benefits. You have a telepathic bond with Groggot now, of a range up to 60 feet. And whilst you're astride his shoulders there, you will improve his wisdom and intelligence scores by sorry, that's meta DMing, but I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, it's like you'll give him +2 to his intelligence and wisdom scores.
What are you talking
But
about?
how that sounds in character in game is you'll make him smarter and more wise just by sitting on top of him.
That's what I bring to every person.
So Zox takes off something that's built into the head of Boggart's goblin construct form. He detaches like a tiara-like headband device and expands it with like a few clicks, and then puts it on top of Groggart's head. He says, "This is the device that will allow you two to communicate telepathically with each other. And I must warn you that, Boggart, your internal battery must be recharged after 16 hours of constant use, and it will recharge over a period of 8 hours by transferring stored kinetic energy to the battery, which is created by moving while wearing it. So, keep an eye on that, otherwise you might find yourself shutting down all of a sudden and unable to move or do anything with the body. You got that?"
Long rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are some instructions that I've included in the package there, just, to refer to should you need it. And I will post this now in the thread, just so that you...
Is it in Chinese?
No, it's not in Chinese, it's in plain English.
It's all in Gnomish.
It's in common. It's like, so, who's next? And now that we've dealt with the big ogre fella there, who wants to open one of my gifts to him? We still got to get through all of these.
There's more gifts?
Oh yeah, it's still Craftmas Day in this game.
I mean, there's more gifts.
Also, just I look over at Bog, or is it Cybog now? I don't know. Is it
Cyborg! Oh my god,
Is it
that's
Cyborg?
brilliant!
Cyborg, Borgart.
Boggart?
I don't
That would
know.
work, yeah.
You guys, you decide.
It could be Borg.
Cyborg is pretty good.
Cyborg as well.
Cyborg is pretty damn good.
I'm like, do you need to eat or drink or piss? How does this work?
How do you feel?
No, he doesn't. Just some maintenance now and then to like oil his components and
Filthy.
and whatnot. He might, if he gets damaged, it's self-repairing technology, just like a human body would be, or well, a gnome body. It just requires rest and various other applications. I mean, obviously, a healing spell will react differently upon his physiology as it would to yours, but it's the same difference, really. This is the miracle of future technology that you're experiencing here. Convenient for game mechanics.
What did it all mean? No.
You could say it's almost like magic.
Basically.
I'm
My-
pulling his gears out.
My primary memory core is intact. I retain what I assume is Boggart's entire memory construct. My primary protocol is to prevent this reality from manifesting. My secondary protocol is to ensure the survival of core group members.
Oh.
What's the
I
third
should
one?
just, who do you mean by core? Who makes that list?
Oh.
You are not authorized to access that information at this time.
Turns out you're not cool.
A worried look
Admin
crosses
password.
Ezra's face.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Who's our IT guy?
So,
This chassis is 134% more resistant to damage than my previous body.
Did you have to work that out?
did you build it?
Yes. I built a new gun.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Zox is like, come on, who's next? Who's next? I can't open them for you.
Me.
Okay, here you go. And he hands your parcel to you, Kayla, to open. And it's the box is fairly long, rectangular. And as with all the presents that Zox has gifted to you, they are basically wrapped in like oily paper. They're not actually. It's not actually proper craftsman's.
Not like my sock wrapping.
No, it's whatever you could find around the workshop. So some of it's blueprints, some of it's oily paper. One of them might even be a piece of it might be a bit of rag or something like that. But yeah, but he has managed to put a bow on each of them.
Aw. I like the bow.
Yours is purple.
That's a good colour choice, Socks. I like purple.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. They weren't easy to come by. I made them out of my socks.
Oh.
Lovely.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm opening it up very carefully.
Okay, so as you
Removing
open it,
the
it's basically it's like a wooden crate which contains a long articulated tapering tail-like whip.
Oh.
And
Nice.
he says to you,
But basically, you can wear that on your tail, and it'll act as like as armor, but it's got a whip extension on the end of it. So when you get used to controlling it, you can use it to attack. It's like an extra bonus attack for you. You
That's amazing.
It's like you got a spear on the end of your tail now.
Oh. That's pretty epic.
Give it a whirl.
So I was gonna say, someone's gonna have to help me put this on.
Oh. I'll help you. I've got a tail.
How is
No
your tail
friend.
that short?
Well, it's in like I assume it attaches like at the top.
yeah,
and
it's
then-
like it's kind of got like a
Open
harness attachment so that
Yeah.
you can attach it to the back of a belt or trouser loops, and then also tie underneath your tail. And because the plates of armor along the top are articulated, they like a finger. It won't restrict the movement of your tail. It will follow the flow of your tail's
Yeah.
movements.
So how big's the blade on the end of it?
Well, it will give you reach, so it will be as if you whip, it will extend out and whip out, so to 15 feet,
50. Wow, that's cool.
which I forgot to put in the item description.
Very cool.
Well,
So yeah, I finish helping you attach it, and I take 20 feet away from you.
it's like the
I know what you're
the alcohol all over again. I don't know my text thing as well. Cool.
She's slowly becoming
I'll
a
give
killing
it a
machine.
go. Yeah, just like fire breathing. A sword tail.
Now, there's an extra feature to this, so be careful when you're using it in here. Is that you can choose to apply an extra amount of elemental damage to the attack. So this will do. It's got a charge in it that's powered by a battery that's also kinetic, just like the one that powers Sarbog over there. So you can electrocute people with an attack if you choose to with this. And it stores 4 charges, which will recharge over a period of 8 hours. But you know, once all 4 charges have been used, that's it until you rest.
Recharge. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Recharge.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm so confused.
Sharpener.
That's little sharp.
I thought it was like a robot.
That's the
joint
sound of the
noise.
tail whipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got really cute
Okay, I won't try it in here then, but I like wiggle it about a bit, sort of getting
Swish,
used to the
swish.
feel of it.
Who's
Amazing.
next?
This is so cool.
Who's next?
Me.
You. Oh, okay. Here you go.
And he lobs your package towards you. And this is it's a smaller box, and it's like as you rip the paper and the pink sock bow off it, you see a slightly battered box, and inside, lying on a bed of like crumpled like rags, is a pair of goggles. And he says,
Now, these, I noticed that you got a bit of a wayward eye there, son. So, I made these goggles of correction for you. Now, they'll they'll correct your wayward eyes there when you need them to, so you can see better. But they also will make you wiser. You will gain wisdom while wearing these special corrective lenses.
Wise goggles.
He's a nerd.
But they're also battery powered, so you'll be careful about them running down. There's only about 8 hours worth of use in here, so they'll take about 4 hours to recharge when they've been exhausted.
How do I make the wise thing happen?
You just put them on. As long as you're wearing them on your head and on your eyes, that's how it'll work.
Okay.
Give it a go.
So all of you watch the miracle as Cray Cray's like permanently bossed, independently roving eyes suddenly come into focus and stare straight ahead, and slightly enlarged in the lenses of the goggles, so it looks like he's got big boggle eyes.
Melvin.
And it's like,
Do you feel wiser?
so as you put these on, you get some of your memories come back. Like it augments some of your actual like memory recall. So what does Cray Cray remember?
Oh dear, remembers going into the ancient ruins and freeing the axe from the desiccated corpse that was in there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So how does Cray Cray react to this?
Oh no.
What's wrong? You feel smarter?
No, this is a curse.
No, it's not. Knowledge is power.
I take them off.
Hey, what's going on with this one? I thought you'd be grateful.
I go and sit in the corner and shiver.
Oh, damn.
Oh no.
Well, I didn't mean it to have that effect. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sure he does appreciate
wonder
it.
if it's
Just
still
he's having a
alive.
moment.
What's still alive? What are you talking about?
Oh no, the great evil.
What great evil?
No, I'm not talking about it.
I think you guys should go and cajole him somewhat. Like, he seems despondent. You can't be despondent on Craftsman's Day.
I go pat him on the head as he
I'll bring him some
rocks back
beer
and
and
forth.
some. I guess what? Do we have like Christmas cookies or something?
Oh yeah.
There'll be like
Probably.
cogwheel shaped Craftmas cookies that have been
I put all the cookies in the
later.
beer and then just down it.
Oh yeah. I crumble cookies in his beer and just pile more on top and just pass over and we're like, there,
People
Craig.
of that.
So you guys have never heard Cray Cray reveal that before, by the way. So you all just heard him say that he released the axe from a what was it, a temp?
Yeah, it was in temple. It was in a dead body of some kind of weird beast. It
Yeah.
was all like a husk.
Did Cray Cray say that out loud?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And when he removed, is it Wilson?
Yeah.
When he removed Wilson from the husk of this beast, it reanimated and came back to life, and that's as much as you know so far.
Well, that was 40,000 years ago.
I predict a 39% chance that will come back to haunt us.
Fantastic.
I think it's
Or
more
zip
like
it, like-
99.9%. Now that the beast's out of the bag.
Oh no. He's probably dead. Died of old age.
Who wants to
Probably.
go next? Come on, let's keep things going. Let's keep
That's tomorrow's
shit
problem,
going.
Cray Cray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Today is Craftsmas.
So he flings your package towards you, Sif, and it's fairly like heavy and chinks when you catch the parcel, and it's a smaller rectangular box to what Kayla had, wrapped in a combination of rags, blueprints, and other baking paper or something, with a yellow and green bow made out of socks on it.
That's nice.
So as you tear it open and pull open the lid of the battered cardboard box that's underneath it, there are two braces, and like embossed on the metal sort of wrist guard of the bracer is an image of a fist, but like powered, as if a blast is firing out of the fist. And he says,
Right, these are what I call rocket punch braces.
Oh
He's like,
shit!
Wow.
basically you can throw a punch as if it was a ranged attack. and it will. It has up to 60 feet away, and it will project like energy, like a force blast out of it.
So it's not gonna tear my hands off.
No, not gonna tear your hands off. It's just gonna
Rip your arm from the elbow.
what you've already got.
Right.
Your arm goes with it.
Hey, look, I know my inventions well, and I've made sure to balance it correctly so that if you throw a punch, you're not going to go flying off and smash into a wall and die or something. It should work fine, but you only have 4 charges to use these rocket punch blasts. So, these are also powered by batteries, which need to be recharged once you've exhausted all 4 charges. So. But because you're a monk, I've installed a special receiver, which means you could channel your key energy into these braces, and you can use your key points to your key energy to get more charges if you choose to.
Nice.
So I mean, why don't you put them on and throw a punch and see how it goes?
Okay. Well.
Just don't aim at anything in here that might break, especially me.
Oh well, okay. So I put them on, and what's there in the room? That's punchable.
There's probably like a crate that one of the other presents came in. Unless, I mean, Kayla's is empty, which is just this empty box now. If you want to.
Okay. Well, so I look at Cray and I ask him to. Can you throw one of the crates lying around at me?
Sure.
And I punch the crate.
Okay, so as you throw a punch, like a kinetic force blast fires out of the fist that you threw, and hits the crate and explodes it into splinters.
Nice.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Gigantor.
Nice.
Yeah, hope you like them.
Sweet.
Explosive.
Who's next?
Is there something in there for me?
Of course there is, though. I think you might find yourself with a bit of a surplus of this kind of a present. I didn't realise that others had a similar idea. So I mean, you take your pick. Here you go.
And he throws a smaller package towards you, which it's basically shaped like a donut. So,
Okay, I'll unwrap that.
And as you open it up, inside the ring of this like crudely fashioned container, which is actually, when you inspect it, you see that it's bread. It's like a really stale, old, really hard dried bread that he's just pulled the he pulled the dough, the softer dough middle out, and just used the crust to make a box. And inside is this circlet like a diadem. And it has nozzles and holes all over its circular exterior, and there's in the center there's like a jeweled sort of centerpiece that he says, now put it on your head and push that jewel there. You might want to deactivate the thing you've already got going on, just for demonstration purposes. He's like, right, okay. Have you done it? Have you clicked it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As you click the jewel, a mane of lustrous laser locks project out of the from the holes and nozzles embedded in the circlet, like the diadem, and you basically have like light hair made of like glowing yellow light.
It's magnificent.
He's like, now these aren't just for show. Like, while you were wearing this and have these activated, you have resistance to all sorts of damage types like acid, flame, and necrotic. So you'll never find yourself naked after a dive into a pool of acid ever again while you're wearing this.
Does it only provide resistance to my scalp, or is it?
No, your entire body. It projects an aura all around you.
Oh.
And in fact, you guys can see that on top of Ezra's already sort of glowing.
I'm glowing even brighter than usual.
Yeah, he seems to be like glowing, like radiating.
We're not going to be able to sneak anywhere with you anymore.
I can turn it off.
Oh yeah, you just push the jewel again and it'll turn off. But of course, you no longer have those lustrous light locks that you become accustomed to. But
Don't worry.
They
Whilst
only
you're wearing
have-
it, you're still a princess.
They only have 16 hours of use, and you can recharge your diadem by exposing the jewel to some radiant energy, either via a spell or exposing it to direct moon or sunlight for 8 hours. So, there you go. I hope it's acceptable.
It's magnificent.
Yeah.
My thanks.
My apologies for duplicating a similar present to somebody else, but we didn't really have a chance to coordinate.
It's got laser hair.
Aaron, do these need attunement, or are they just?
Because they're like tech powered, I would say no. I'd say they're mostly like
Plug and play.
Tech
plug and
magic.
play. Yeah.
USB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait, where does mine plug into?
Who's left? It's just Boggart and Bramble. Which of you wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okie dokie. Here you go.
And he throws you the smallest of all the packages you've seen yet, with a and rather than a bow, he's wrapped it in twine and straw, so it's like completely covered
Very
in like
themed.
yeah.
He's like, I ran out of socks, so I used some of the straw you dropped all over the floor and mixed it in with some twine.
I knew I was missing something.
Maybe you can re-stuff yourself with that.
Yeah, I literally take it off and it's
Yeah.
perfect.
As you open up the little box that's inside it, it's like a cigar box, like one of those like wooden lined cigar boxes. There is a device like a I mean, from your perspective, what would it look like? It looks like the trigger handle of a crossbow, like where the haft that you hold in your hand and then you release, but it's blunt ended and it's mostly composed of metal. And he says, "Now,
this might be new to you, but this is what we call a stapler. And
Whoa, what's it
you
do?
can use this just like a normal stapler, where you pinch two pieces of separated material together and puncture them. You apply the stapler to it, and pull the trigger, and it will apply like a little hook or a clasp through the two pieces of material and tie them together. But this isn't
like
just
stowing?
any ordinary stapler. This also has my very own special brand of healing gel inside the nozzle, so that each staple also contains blobs of this healing gel, so it can bond pieces of separated material together, including flesh. So you, sir, now have a stapler of mending or a stapler of healing.
Wow.
And I thought you could really use this because you're coming apart at the seams.
I find like a piece of fabric that's on me, and I staple it to another. And me being me, I probably staple it to my leg as well. But it's definitely working.
Yeah. As you can see, it's bonded those two pieces of material together, but maybe not the two pieces you should have. But it works. Well done. Hope you appreciate it.
Yes.
Do you even have flesh?
Just two bits of straw like stapled together. Just pull them apart.
Okay, that just leaves you now, Boggart. And here you go. I don't really know how much use you're gonna have for this in your new form. I made it in mind for a fairly vulnerable flesh and blood gnome like myself, so it might be a bit surplus to requirements, but it's for you. I made it special.
And he hands you this quite large, flat, square-shaped box, which is wrapped in the usual collection of rags, paper, blueprints, whatever. And then there is a sock tying this one around it, which is bright red. And when you rip it open and open the lid up, inside there is a discus-shaped shield, and underneath the shield, as you pull it out, there's a bracer that the shield attaches onto that's got some form of mechanism, and he says,
"Now,
Captain America's shield.
This is a shield launcher. So it acts as a shield, but it's also like a projectile, like a discus that you can fire at things. But it's attached by a steel cable within the
Wait a
mechanism of
minute.
the bracer, so you can retract it when you need to. You won't lose it, and it's got quite a good range.
That's cool.
So I hope it helps protect you. But now that you're mostly metal, you're kind of a shield in and of yourself.
My protocols indicate I should be thanking you. Thank
well,
you.
yeah, well, rightly so, and you're welcome.
Try it.
So
He's a monster.
yeah, and
I just fire it at something fragile and that will like splinter into a million pieces.
Yeah, he's like, oh, careful there. I was gonna make something out of that later. Oh well, shit.
So he says to you,
And you can only use this 4 times before the stored energy from the battery runs out. But it can be recharged over a period of 8 hours, because it stores kinetic energy like the other batteries do, but it needs to charge. So, once those 4 uses have been used up, that's it, until you need to recharge it. And hopefully the shield will make you more difficult to hit, though. Being a metal man now, you're already probably pretty hard to hit.
what is your AC now, Max?
My AC is 19.
Yeah, I don't think the shield.
It's a weapon too, though, right?
It's a weapon too, yeah.
Yeah, shields still give you an extra AC on top of your base AC.
Yeah, 21 fucking AC. That's not happening. I'm nerfing it.
I just walk into battle and just like just Terminator it.
We've made him too strong.
I honestly didn't know you were going to get disintegrated in that fight. That was just some real bad luck rolls on your part and some real good luck rolls on mine. But yeah, so
There you are. You've all got your gifts from me. I hope they're satisfactory.
They're amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Swish his tail around.
Mine's giving me nightmares.
I've never had a
Well,
gift
maybe
before.
you could swap. He could have your corrective
You had one the
lenses
other
and you could
day.
have the shield.
Just a minute ago.
I know. Well, I say I have never had gifts before, and I hold the 2 that I
After-
have currently got.
Yeah. Apart from today.
Do you want some corrective goggles?
Just having a
I
breakdown.
don't think.
stuff.
What do the goggles do? They
they-
they increase your
you don't need them. You don't need them.
yeah.
So it's like,
Give
so,
me it.
I mean, I guess we should like have our Christmas meal and everything, and play some games and whatnot, and then call it a night and get ready for the new year.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
So you guys, just to fast track through, you spend the day celebrating and playing with your new toys, and
Ezra tries on both of his things and he's in a real quandary over which one to wear.
wear one week and another another.
Yeah.
Change your loadout every session. So the next day, like after waking, probably with hangovers of some kind, after he plied you all with the various moonshine that he's been concocting over the last few years.
It's like, so, what are you guys planning to do now? I mean, you found one of the machines, and Roger over there. So, what's the next step? I'm not quite ready to rise up against the governors yet. I've still got to build my army.
How long do you imagine that will take?
Oh, about 50 years, maybe?
Jesus. Oh my god.
Don't think we have that much time.
No.
If I can accelerate the manufacturing process once I've built the archway, I'd narrow it down to 5 years maybe.
We'll be dead by then.
May I offer a suggestion?
Sure, shoot.
my previous memory cortex indicates that we had talked to a demon of some kind. Perhaps we could barter for an army.
Well, I don't know anything about that, but yeah, why not? At this rate.
Which demon?
Yeah, which one?
Oh, I can't remember. Was it like it wasn't as
40,000 years
bogus,
ago
was it?
or whatever it was, though.
Totty
one
Violet.
in the tower.
He's still gonna be around, isn't he? Yeah.
I don't know. All the other gods
Was
have
his
seemed
name
to
Aaron?
abandon this place.
Totty Violets.
Totty Violets,
The
yeah.
one that you signed the contract with.
Yeah.
Wasn't that all of them?
And Elpis.
Wasn't that in
Famous.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the past? You haven't
Yeah,
met him
that
in
was
the future
in-
yet, have you?
Wasn't he inside the construct? Or there was like that the tower? Sorry.
No, he was just chilling in there.
Is that a different one?
Yeah, he
or
was
is that
just
the same
chilling
guy?
there So he could rattle our bones a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He came and warned
Have
us,
you
didn't
actually
he?
met him in the future?
No, we met
No,
him.
not in
No,
the future, no.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah, we met
talking
him in the
about
past.
back
I
in
was
the
gonna
past.
say, I don't recall you getting.
No.
I thought it was
I'm
a
not-
failure in my
see,
memory.
I'm not sure that asking a demon to do us a favour from a thing we did for them 40,000 years ago. Or how many years ago was it?
Yeah, about that.
The contract won't have expired. It'd be still there.
But the contract wasn't for him to do us a favour.
The contract was for us to save Faerun, wasn't it?
Which we're doing. Maybe. Sort of.
When do we complete this task?
We
Well,
didn't in
we're
the
About
past.
40,000 years.
Yeah,
We
you're
didn't
still,
in the
you're still-
past.
you're still doing it.
Technically we've already
Yeah,
failed.
you failed it.
So
We failed
we
it.
probably should be in the
Does that mean the
now.
contract's null and void?
Yeah, you're forfeit. So
Probably shouldn't be in hell.
A new contract?
Avoiding him.
Yeah. I bet he's
well,
in
if
the
you
past
see him
scratching
again,
his head.
you can ask him. You know, what the terms are if it's still
Man, let's
in
dodge
place.
that. Let's dodge that.
Well, it seems like we need to get some kind of army together, or some way of meaning that we don't have to face so many people.
Meter
Also, we need
pipes up
to-
is like,
Excuse me, but I'm here to remind you that your main mission in this period is to locate the weapons that you will bring back to the past to fight the invasion of the gargantuans with. You have found one so far, but have yet to.
I point him at the
We need-
badger.
Look, what?
Is that one of them?
Correct.
Hey, we've done it. What
We
do
need
do
more
with
of them, Cray Cray.
You must attempt to bond with it.
it? Zip,
Aww.
zip.
Zip's
You need
already
to soul
sent
bond
it.
with it.
Go and
Zip.
share your toys with it.
Okay.
Come on, this is like a scene from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or any other Power Rangers.
But not PG-13.
Exactly. Just call on the power of Zordon. He'll help you.
I've never really watched Power Rangers. Okay.
Kamen Riders then.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I mean I don't know. I tried communicating with it before, but it wouldn't really interact with me.
Because maybe it knows where the other ones are.
Yeah, maybe we need to fight the other weapons first.
Yeah, but you could ask it and see if it knows where any of the other ones are.
It doesn't talk.
That's true.
Did you try bonding with it though?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck does that mean?
Slip it a finger or something.
It means what you think it means.
Don't trust anything that Max says.
Give it a hug.
All of the lights in the room turn red.
Oh.
You need to plug your Type C adapter into his Type D adapter.
That's called docking.
We're awful.
so
Well,
it's
actually,
still got the toy in its mouth, but it's kind of like in the corner, and it's not biting it to tear it to pieces, but it's kind of like comfort gnawing on the plushy, like squishing it in its robotic jaws. Whilst you guys are up to whatever you're up to.
I think maybe this toy might be like the key to this, but it doesn't want to surrender it. And the last thing you want to do is pick a fight with it, because we don't want to kill the thing that we need.
Should we investigate the toy?
It doesn't let go of the toy. I might.
Does it? Go on.
What else did it do? Did I try with this? Okay, well, I mean, I can try again. So I go up to it and I'm like, "Hey, buddy." What is it? Just kind of standing there?
It's just lying like, and it's just gnawing at the toy in its mouth, but not tearing at it. Just kind of like chewing it. It seems to just be providing it with some form of comfort.
Right.
And the metal components inside of this toy are clinking and clanking underneath the foam padding.
Right. Okay. So I turn to Zox and I guess I ask him like, does he ever let go of this thing?
Well, not really. I mean, it's it seems to be inseparable from it. I mean, it will let go of it, but it'll have it in its paws, sort of lying there and holding it between them.
Okay. So have you never found a way to separate it from him?
Well, I never saw any reason to. It's none of my business. That thing, it's his toy. He likes it. Keeps him from gnawing on all the other things in my workshop.
Well, okay. I mean, have you ever found any kind of way to control it, or?
No, like I said to you guys before, he's just a companion. He's just a friend. He comes and goes as he pleases, does what he likes, and I just like the company.
We remember the toy had like a spell on it, was it something to do with goblin or?
Oh, we couldn't figure it out what kind of spell it was, right?
What kind of check did you use to kind of divine?
For what?
Arcana?
Divine what?
There's a spell on something.
Arcana, yeah.
Yeah, so like what kind of spell is on the toy? But it could be something mechanical. The toy could be some kind of like.
I've written down goblin. I've got goblinoid. I'm not sure what that's meant to mean.
Goblinoid.
Goblinoid. I don't even know if that's a word.
Yes, a type of
Is it?
humanoid creatures, goblinoids, like ogres and
I've got
goblins.
goblinoid style spell on toy. So maybe. Boggs, you're not a goblin, right?
No, I am a construct.
That looks kind of like a goblin.
No,
My
he's a
exterior
gnome.
form is of no relevance.
Does your form now have any other languages?
I speak machine speech.
Bingo.
Oh, try that.
Bingo.
Binary. You could try.
Maybe you should try speaking to the badger construct.
Yeah, actually. Give
Listen
that.
to 2 photocopies.
I know, right? And the fax machine is going.
God, he's broken.
Does it speak machine talk?
I don't know. Try talking to it. So it stops gnawing at the toy and perks up and looks at you and it just goes "Ronk" in like a metallic sounding thing, and you hear this as saying, "Hello."
What?
Scooby Doo.
Hello.
Ruby?
Raggy?
Raggy?
So you carried on.
What is the purpose of your
Existence.
What is love?
What is love?
It was
Baby,
mine.
let me-
I got it back. Reminds me of my mom.
Where did you get him back from?
Found it in the junk.
Was it a creation of your mother?
I think so. I can remember.
Who is your mother?
Don't remember her name. She looked like lady in that locket.
And it like points its snout towards Sif's
Oh, what, my pendant?
pendant.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, you're the only one who can hear it.
Sif.
right?
Yeah,
we can't
Sif,
understand it,
it appears that its mother is your mother.
What?
That's not funny.
They're talking
I
about
have
mom's
no
or-
ability to create humor. I am a construct.
Yeah, we already know that, Max.
I am merely passing on information from one sentient being to another.
Well, then it must be wrong, because that's not possible.
A construct is never wrong. It merely tells the truth.
That's right. I can't lie.
He also sounds a bit like that play, Scooby-Doo.
So it's that play. The play scene in Waterdeep is booming.
It seems Bog has watched over 3,892 plays. My memory cortex is full of plays, and the mention of disintegrate.
Why is that not possible, Sif?
What do you mean? Why is that not possible? Because
Well, we don't know much about
because
your
we
past.
we are from 4,000 years ago.
This is true. But these constructs could, like,
Me-
I assume they were around in our time.
Yeah, Meter Pipes who says,
Correction. The constructs were created that long ago, after your departure, to fend off the, to help the lawful powers restrain and defeat the chaotic
oh god,
Terrorists.
Yeah.
can't speak.
the chaotic
La, 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 la.
alliance.
Didn't that
Yeah.
gem thing we found, hasn't that got the
Laurel Silverhand
yeah,
inside.
the open
It's
lore
got her soul
Waterdeep?
in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
soul gem, yeah.
she must have been captured not long after we. So it potentially could, yeah, be from, like I said,
Okay.
but it's eerily related to you somehow.
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, Sif would not believe that that would be the same person.
Was your mother an artificer?
I don't know.
Did you have a badger for a brother or a sister?
I don't know.
And then the badger says, it says something more in like in that growling metallic clanking sound, which Boggart now hears as saying,
I'm not a badger. I'm a raccoon.
What?
yeah.
He is
That's
not a
even more
badger, he is a
adorable.
raccoon.
A raccoon.
That's right.
A trash panda.
A trash panda!
Raccoon, can you tell me whether you have seen any of your brothers' additional constructs recently?
Not for a long time. We were all
Where was-
separated long ago.
Where
They
was
have
the
been
last time you saw
repurposed.
them?
I was the
Repurposed?
only one that didn't have a new task. I was set free to roam.
Why were
It
you
seems
separate?
likely that the majority of the other constructs would be found within the city, carrying out tasks.
I was not set free by governors. I was freed by rebel. Zox.
Which rebel? Zox.
Zox.
Is that, and Zoc says,
Yeah, I'm the rebel. That's me. I'm the resistance. I did it. I found him. He was all boxed up and shut down, and I've reactivated him with a spark, and I set him free. He was in some kind of weird kennel cage thing, and I thought it was so sad that he was there.
Where is this kennel cage thing?
Oh, it was somewhere beneath the Tower of Enlightenment, where the governors are all located.
How did you get there?
Oh, I've snuck in there loads of times.
Oh, can you show us?
Well, maybe, yeah.
We kind of need to sneak in there at some point.
We need to get there because there's something in there we need to steal.
But there are passages that lead to the sub-levels, but they're very dangerous. But
But you
good
got
job
past.
you guys are so well equipped. It was a real struggle for me on my own, but, you know, I have my own tricks.
Yeah,
And then when I freed this fella, he made short work of some of the nasties down there, chopping them up and smashing them to pieces. It was real
Under
good.
which tower was that again?
Enlightenment.
Tower of
Tower of
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment. Thanks.
We should make haste towards this Tower of Enlightenment.
We could find more of Sif's raccoon brothers.
The document is hidden in Embassy or the Tower of Enlightenment.
What's our
guess-
raccoon friend's name? Ask him.
What is your designation?
My name is Sif.
He's called Sif. That's such a nice name.
Wait a second. Hang on.
That sounds familiar.
This is going to be a bit confusing though.
I'm like, Sif.
Sif, it appears that this construct has been created in your image.
Doesn't look like a raccoon.
I'm more attractive than that.
Wait a second. It's a thief. You're a thief.
I'm a
Attraction is a human.
You're a raccoon. It's a raccoon.
Do you want to try
Not
putting
half
those
orc,
goggles back?
half raccoon.
That was scary.
100% trouble.
Wait. Starts poking you. It's real.
I'm Rio. This must be a coincidence of some kind. Or maybe it's a Sif with double F.
I asked the construct's Sif whether he knows our Sif. Like, do you
He
recognize
seems
him?
kind of familiar.
Yeah, he looks just like me.
Oh my god. Did you die?
I wish.
Are we dead?
Well, we did die, didn't we, at some point?
We did actually die.
How many constructs?
Oh shit, are they all going to be us? Oh no. That's a revelation.
But we're dead.
Ask the badger raccoon how many brothers it's got.
Did we actually die? How the fuck are we going to get back to our own bodies then?
We didn't
Well, we
really
didn't.
die.
We
We
got
died, but we
brought
brought
back.
back.
We got
Yeah.
brought back.
You got resurrected,
And then
kind
sent
of.
to the future.
Sif construct, how many brothers did you have? Or sisters?
Not brothers, friends. You're all my friends.
That can't be me. I don't have any friends.
We're always friends.
Yeah.
I point at like Bramble and say like, who's that?
Rambo.
John Rambo.
I point at Kayla and I go, who's that?
Rayla.
Really?
Raggy.
Waggy.
I love you, raccoon Sif.
It seems likely that these constructs are a version of ourselves from the past. Sif, this one is yours. I suggest you interact with it in some way.
Ask it if we all were created by the same person.
Were we all created by the same mother?
Not we. Sorry, his friends. Sorry, I'm getting
To the
confused.
first,
Yeah, but we are his friends.
to the first question, she's like,
No.
We're assuming. We don't
you
know.
have different mama to me.
Same creator.
Who created Kayla? It's like Aaron's plucking it out. He's like, "Fuck." What
it
does it make
tilts
me
its
do?
head and it's just like, like
But does he? The thing
I
is,
don't
like, does he
know.
recognize?
Well, who created?
No, but
him?
he was speaking about it as if his friends were separate to us, like as in they've all been sent off other places. So it might not be.
Who created the other constructs?
Other people.
no, he says,
It was Gond and Primus.
Gond and Primus.
They reforged us in these new bodies and gave us another chance to fight giants.
Were they the people who sent us?
Yes.
no.
No, they're the
No.
ones who are in charge of this place, right?
Yeah, they are lawful deities that have
They've
have fashioned a new alliance to reshape Faerun into an orderly and more lawful realm, because the Abyssal Alliance that invaded with those Gargantuans and raised Faerun, they basically occupied it for a long time, and because nothing was being done about it, the lawful powers decided to intervene and impose a new order upon the planet.
Yeah.
And that's why magic is now outlawed. There's no chaotic.
Fox will have explained this to us,
and
right?
that's why, and that's why the creatures that are of a more chaotic alignment or culture all now live underground in hiding or away from the lawful powers that govern the upper surfaces of the world.
So,
You were told this previously.
yeah. Sox, you know a lot about, obviously, the history from when we left and got here. Is there any mention of these constructs being representative of us? Is there any mention of us, for a start?
The first I heard of you lot was when you arrived and told me who you were. But I mean, there are like reports of legendary heroes of various kinds that you.
So complimentary. I'll stop.
Well, I was just gonna say that none of them matched your description.
No, I didn't think so.
But the creatures, the constructs, like my friend Roger here, they were. They're famously reported upon in a lot of the legends and other recordings of the period. They were instrumental in driving away the chaotic forces and restoring order to the realm.
Cool. Okay.
They were the only things that were a real match for the Gargantuans.
That sounds like us, yeah.
What? Who are these writings written by? Was it Ezra?
No, not somebody called Ezra. I mean, various scholars and bards, but no one by the name of Ezra that I remember.
Oh no, Ezra.
Your life work is insignificant.
Well, I guess it came here with us, so it never existed in the past.
This is the future that will never happen, and I shall see to it.
Ask the mechanical Sith where the closest construct is to us. Is it the?
I already did. He said he didn't know.
Oh,
He said he didn't know. He said he was abandoned by the. Well, we know that it was abandoned underneath the tower. I think we just need to go to the tower and see if we can find.
Ask him if he is willing to help us. Well, listen to Sith, our Sith, right? Friends, exactly.
Construct Sif, are you able to help us? Are you willing to help us?
We want to find your friends.
Okay.
We want to reunite you.
Okay.
Yay!
Cool.
Got him. Let's go to the.
Sif, you
We
did
need to
it.
start heading towards the tower.
Someone who actually could understand the thing did it. Well done.
Okay then.
Let's go kill something.
Cool.
It's been too long.
No, it hasn't. What are you on about?
An A session.
Got 2 hours.
I feel like I've just been wasting my time.
So, Zoc,
So, I don't quite understand what's going on, because you're like screaming in this weird, screechy, horrible metallic sounding grating thing with Roger over there. And, am I right in understanding that you think that Roger, and he's not a badger anymore, he's a raccoon apparently? Well,
His words.
That's the revelation.
Your friend Sif? Sif is somehow now a raccoon, a giant raccoon construct?
I don't see why it's so hard to understand.
I'm not surprised as you are by this revelation.
have you shown Zox the soldier? Did you ever show him to?
Who did we show that to?
Because I can't remember.
I think We showed it to Docs. We showed it to...
Well, I think
yeah.
we did because
Yeah, and did he
we
told
asked
you
him
what
what
it
it
was?
was, and I
Yeah.
think he was the one who explained that to us.
And then we investigated a little further and we figured out it was... what did you say?
I might have it in my notes. Or...
So he says,
Well, like, you know, before you go like gallivanting off and getting yourselves in trouble, might I suggest that you somehow try to open up Roger and see if he has a soul gem inside of him, like the one that you found of your acquaintance. What was her name? She's the famous lady, Lero Silverhand, the one that was in charge when everything went to shit and everybody died.
The Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Yeah, well, listen, every construct that's around in this place was once a somebody, and they have now been distilled down into a soul gem. So if Roger is your friend, then there should be a soul gem of your friend Sif inside Roger. Somewhere.
Let's do that then.
But not up his butt.
Terrifying.
Before you go inserting
Just
things into places.
Make
that
sure
are
to
bit-
get consent first.
Yeah, so...
I reckon Sif, Bog, and me, because I've got smithing proficiency. You're a robot. Let's talk
Yes.
to Sif too, and see if we can discern if there's any eject button.
Sure.
Some kind of drive.
Yeah. I go and I start stroking the back of Raccoon Sif.
okay,
What happened?
I just flat out ask him, do you have a
Where is it?
do you have any external drives?
But we can
Memory
show him the
drives.
whole gem. We can show him the
No.
whole gem. And ask him if he has one.
what are you rolling for? An animal handling check?
An investigation, which is just
Mechanical handling
just
check.
as well. Or maybe I should
Mechanical handling check. Yeah, mechanical.
Get
mechanical handling
yeah.
check.
your anti-static gloves on.
Is it animal handling?
I didn't know. I don't know what you're trying to do. Were you just trying to see if there's like a panel you
Just
can-
feeling him
Trying
up.
to, like, do it without him feeling uncomfortable.
So I guess it's an animal handling check.
So it's 14.
14. That's not enough for you.
That's it.
Do you want me to do
Did,
it?
what did you say? You asked him if he has a soldier. Did you say that?
Yeah, I guess I where is your soul, your gem?
in my head? I don't know.
Can you roll
Feels like it's
over,
in
please?
here. And he goes gunk,
Ask
gunk,
him-
gunk.
And clanks his head with his paw.
Oh, is it in his head?
Ask him if we can have a look.
Can we have a look?
Okay.
He's very agreeable.
He says okay.
We have consent. Let's go in.
Okay.
I think
Just
we should
lobotomise.
have we should probably have a look at his head and see if there's like any appearance of like a panel that we can like carefully remove to have a look.
Rubbish.
That's not good.
Maybe we can ask Socks. Socks, would you know how to?
Well, I can,
How to
I
remove
can,
its head.
I can have a look and advise you. I do
Well,
have
you
some
don't wanna hurt
experience
him.
with these things. Let me see now. Oh shit.
Well, surely Zox would know since he reassembled him. Just ask Zox.
Reactivated him. He didn't assemble.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like in parts.
I don't know what that fucking dice result was, so I'm going to use this one. 17. So he looks at the head and he gets up on some steps and he's looking over and he pulls some magnifying lenses down over his eyes like,
Well, it looks to me like this area on the back of the crown just here could potentially be opened with the right pressure points like, but as far as I can tell, it seems to be encoded with something. Like there's a very specific signature here. Like it looks almost like a fingerprint.
Oh, Sif, go and touch it.
Okay. What's a fingerprint?
Well, if you look at your finger on your hand, and you see that the rings that are on the very point of your fingertip, that's a fingerprint.
Oh, I thought everyone had the same one.
No, they're unique to everybody. Yeah. And this might be
Bravo
a form
burns
of
so that-
technology that you're not familiar with, being from the olden days. But many things are now locked by the use of a finger ID.
Ah,
They're coded to each individual.
I see. Well, we definitely have fingers back where we came from, but not this kind of technology. I guess I just put my finger on the top on the thing.
So as you do, the panel of the head
Pops out.
pops out and opens up and kind of flowers so that it's segmented.
Right.
And inside the cavity, there's like a housing that's similar to the one that you saw in that ball in the sewer that contained Laurel Silverhand's soul gem, and another soul gem sits nestled amongst that housing, that cradle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sif 2 says,
That tickles.
Oh,
No.
okay. I feel like Hannibal Lecter.
and you see swimming about in the swirling energy contained within the ball. Your own visage swims up to the surface
Oh, God.
Oh my
in like a
God.
distorted fisheye sort of
Can we see that?
warping. Well, only he's looking into it, and
Body horror.
yeah, and you look kind of out of it. Like there's no recognition between you and the face. It's almost just like it's floating in a daze, and then it disappears back into the swirling miasma.
Right.
But it was definitely your visage.
So kind of like me on every day. Okay, that's
Scooby-Doo
kind of.
Mystery Island.
I'm kind
Who
of.
is it, Sniff?
I'm taken aback by that, obviously, because it's really strange. So did Zox say he wanted the gem out?
No.
No, we were just seeing who it was.
So, yeah, is it you? Are you seeing yourself in the ball?
That can't be. That's not. That can't.
That's not possible.
Not possible.
Listen, no, take it easy there now. Now listen, like it was a long time after. You probably lived a good long life and did what you could in the aftermath of the raising of the realms.
Pretty sure we
And
No,
this was
no.
probably
No,
you know, you were probably resurrected on your deathbed in this form so you could carry on your good work. Think of it on the positive side.
It's not the weirdest
Oh,
thing we've
God.
seen.
I look at myself, and Bram looks at us. I knew I was too
Wait.
happy.
Is there zombie versions of ourselves in the past? Oh my God.
Well, I died during the battle, so this would have been like, oh god, that's
You've been recycled.
that's too cyberpunk for me.
Nothing goes to waste. The lawful powers don't like waste. They like things to be orderly and kept in production, as it were. So you know that's why people's energy, life force, gets recycled in the form of a soul gem to power new devices and new initiatives.
I think okay, well it's definitely me, but this is no existence.
Did you always want to be a raccoon?
I will. Sure.
Congratulations! It's a craftless miracle.
Yay! It's an existential nightmare.
Don't
I love
touch my
it.
stuff.
Yay.
Sif 2 says,
My brain is cold.
Aww.
Okay,
What
I try
happens if
to
you touch
I try
it?
to like close it back on. This is quite repulsed by this.
so in your efforts to like push everything back into place, you inadvertently activate something else, and the entire back segments of the raccoon lift out, separate into various different pieces. They're all around you, and you fall into another cavity within its like architecture of its mechanical back.
What?
Right.
And you land within what, for all intents and purposes, looks like a form of like body-shaped cavity, like a cockpit, like
Oh my God.
Like a coffin.
yeah. And
This
like a
one full
coffin.
power.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
literally Power
We're
Rangers.
now in an anime.
And as you,
What's Evangelion? This is
I was just googling a GIF of a Power Ranger.
And
You guys
as
are
you're
gonna
like
go for Power
scrabbing to
Rangers
sort
or
of right
Evangelion?
yourself, you inadvertently push like a lever where the hand it is like an interface, and the right paw of Sif like lashes out. He's like woo,
Oh my God.
and bats at whoever's standing. Probably Bog.
We're too
Cybog.
powerful.
And Cybog just gets knocked aside, like stumbling back. He's like, sorry, not me.
Oh god, I can.
Where'd Sif go?
He's inside the badger.
And
the
raccoon
raccoon
form is like jittering and spasming, and limbs are flashing out as Sif is trying to.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to like.
Read the
Drive the
instructions.
raccoon.
I can't read whatever mechanical language this is.
Just let it flow.
Okay, well, I think I can control this one. I'm not sure if I can control it because it's me or if anyone could control it. But that's even more terrifying.
I'm not getting inside you.
Is it like Avatar and you have to like connect your weird tendrils at the back of your head?
No, it's kind of like
Wait.
it's kind of more like driving another person who really doesn't want you to be in control of them.
It's like
So-
being John Malkovich.
It's
Is he still like
never-ending existential nightmare.
So as you're
is he
still
a
struggling
raccoon form
to
when he's in it?
to correct yourself, Sif, the gem
Yep.
inadvertently touches your forehead because it all opened out.
Oh
and as
god.
that connects
Now
to your
it's Sailor
forehead,
Moon.
You are suddenly seeing through the eyes of the construct, and you are bonded with the consciousness in the gem, and the back and the head, the cranium cavity, all those segments fit back in together and slot back into the shape of the cranium and the spine, and you are now encased in the giant raccoon's body, but you are now controlling it and inside of it, seeing through its senses.
Oh my God.
Oh
And
god.
He's a
and,
Guyver.
I always knew that the only person I could ever connect with is myself.
and you say that in this metallic, grating voice in common, and all the others
Also-
hear that.
What?
At least
Sif?
it
In the
doesn't-
name of the raccoon, I will punish you.
at least-
Sif, your voice, it sounds horrible and grating. What must that sound like to everyone else?
Burn.
My ears.
Self-burn.
He is a raccoon champion of justice.
So you're kind of clumsily like trying to keep your balance because you're not used to being able to fully control this extension of your being, and you're clumsily like knocking into shelves and tables and as you're trying to find your footing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna try to like figure out how to move this thing.
Okay, do a I guess this is going to be an animal handling check, like
A what?
an animal handling check, but
Oh, I've got
He's saying you're an animal.
but you can add your either your dexterity or intelligence modifier to it
Ah.
as well.
Wait, so I can add my dex
So
modifier.
intelligence or dex animal handling check. It's a combined check.
Huh?
Oh,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
So that's 31.
Wow. So yeah, it only takes you a matter of seconds to get used to feeling through these prosthetic limbs that are now, attached to every aspect of your body, and within a few seconds you become acclimated to it, because you feel as if you normally feel. It is exactly just an extension of your body, just you're bigger, which is why it took you a moment to get used to it, because now you're like
Taller.
large, somewhere between large and huge size, because as Sif climbed inside the raccoon body, it also increased in size, and it's now like scraping the walls and the ceiling. As
Is
it
this like
increased
on
in-
all fours?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he gets the cute little grabby hands.
So Zox is like,
Oh my! Well, hey, maybe take it outside. You're smashing up stuff. It's valuable.
Let's go outside.
Can I fit through the door in this state?
Here, let me open the roof.
and he goes up to a panel and he pulls it open and he activates a switch, and then turns away. It's like, hang on, takes a minute to warm up. And it's like, and then suddenly this ceiling just opens up on mechanical hinges. It's like, if you can climb up or jump out over that, you can get out into the yard and take it for a spin.
I'm gonna do an acrobatics check to see if I can jump with a somersault.
Okay.
This is crazy. I love it.
How did inspiration work again?
Just roll again.
Okay.
Much better.
22.
Okay, yeah, so you take a few steps and bound, jump up onto the wall, jump through the gap and over the exterior sort of spiked battlements of his scrap palace and land in the dirt and trash-filled court in front of the complex that you were previously inside. And yeah, so you're now unrestrained by the confines of the environment you were in. The mecha raccoon increases one size more in size.
Oh my
so you're now huge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like now it can flex itself and stretch out, and it like grows like different, like the ligaments and different segments sort of open out and stretch. So you guys are all seeing him.
I really let
growing.
myself go over the Christmas period. Cool. Yeah, I guess. What do you guys want to do?
We'll come running out afterwards. Like, oh my god, it's even bigger!
Whoa!
It's swole! Safe, attack that garbage!
Can you still talk to Roger / Sith?
What, me?
Can I?
No,
you can understand
Sith.
him
Yeah, I can Sith
perfectly
like
through
understand him now. Yeah.
the prosthetic ears that are now covering you.
No, I mean like, am I essentially one with the construct
Yeah,
right now?
yeah, your consciousnesses are merged, and
Oh,
you have a flash of a moment in your past when you were resurrected
right
after the battle, but not by the gods that sent you into this future. It was Laeral Silverhand and the Blackstaff and some of the other defenders of Waterdeep. And over time, you orchestrated a resistance against the abyssal forces that were decimating the realms. But unfortunately, nothing that you did was enough. The powers arrayed against you was so overwhelming because they had other allies within the Forgotten Realms that had all coalesced together for this plan. And so you were all hunted down and murdered one by one, including Sif, who was killed by Warduke. In fact, most of you were killed by Warduke.
I was killed by Warduke twice now.
Yeah, and basically Warduke has upon his armor, there's like trophies from each of you. Like he's got Wilson, but broken, like hanging around. He's like a chain on his neck, like the two broken halves of Wilson.
Fucking toad.
And other things from each of you. He's wearing Bramble's hat.
Motherfucker.
But it's been stretched and
Bet he looks
torn
cute,
over
though.
his winged helm. So it's like rags, like trailing over the winged helmet.
That guy.
Yeah.
This bitch.
This fucking guy.
What else could he have from each of you?
Kayla's
I'm struggling to think.
Chain whip, maybe.
He's got Kayla's horns attached to the sides of his winged helmet. In front of the wings, the
Brutal.
horns curl out across his face, where the face slit is.
He's wearing Ezra's book as
Bastard.
a pair of pants.
Maybe he's got Ezra's hair.
He's just used it as toilet paper
Yeah.
for the last year.
Wait, what? Did Ezra lose his... Ezra lost his hair in the future, didn't he?
That's the worst of all of them.
That, and also he's got Ezra's golden locks that finally grew back, but have now been cut.
He waited for them to grow back,
Yeah,
just
he
so
waited
that
for them to grow back,
Just
just
to
so
go.
that he could rob you of their luster again. And
Smile.
and he's made nipple tassels of them.
Oh my god. The level of disrespect.
There's more. I'm struggling to find inspiration for what could be Boggart's. I'm just.
He dug up Boggart's legs.
His legs.
Oh,
He found his legs.
And
Or he
Grog's-
wears Boggart as a leg.
He's made new boots out of Grog's feet, like he's got ogre hide, but like boots, armored ogre hide boots, but they've been left to resemble ogre feet.
MAJIK.
Yeah. So yeah, and Sif is seeing all of this and seeing the moment of his death when
I'm glad Kayla's not seeing that.
he
That's
was the last to be
terrifying.
hunted down out of the group and
I
slaughtered by.
survived the longest,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Last man standing.
Yeah.
Was I first to
And,
go?
Cool. Yeah, well, I suppose I tell that to everyone as
Oh,
I see it.
Oh man, what a horrible story.
Could just be all in my imagination.
past. It's not a
right?
story.
Sif, we all know you've got no imagination.
But then after that,
That's true. That's true.
many years later in the future, you have some memories. There's like mostly black spots interspersed with rays of sort of like
Robocop.
flashed light, yeah, of memories of things that have happened to you in this future. And it's almost like they're becoming more detailed and filling out the blanks. But up to the present, there's nothing. Everything up to this point and between Sif 2's consciousness when you met him, or when he was reanimated by Boggart, are mostly blanks, like as if those memories need to be made.
Right. As if I was deactivated for a very long time.
Yeah.
Unliving.
But there is a point in between that where your soul, which was still lingering, was drawn into a gem from your slaughtered body, and kept like preserved by somebody you don't know. Like you don't know who did that, but they saved your soul from passing on, and then that gem was then installed in one of these construct bodies, and you have a vague memory of that again, like Robocop, where it's like flashes of memory, and you were charged with the task of hunting down the abyssal powers and with another army of constructs. Like there was more than just you. There was thousands,
Right.
and various powers and heroes of the realm had been resurrected as these beings and given a second chance for retribution against the abyssal powers that slaughtered them. And you have memories of that as well flashing in your mind.
Oh, that's horrifying. So
Yeah.
I was essentially used as
We fucked up, guys, didn't
as
we?
a slave soldier. Type.
Well, we fucked up twice. We fucked up once because we didn't stop them in the first place, and then when we were resurrected into a robot army, we still failed.
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
basically.
You succeeded.
Well, we succeeded before
Did
we
we?
decided that
Yeah, you hunted
Oh,
down
but
and
right.
destroyed.
That would, yes,
The-
of
the-
course, because
the-
that was the side of the lawfulness.
Yeah, and then they used you to
Mm.
enforce and rebuild a new lawful civilization.
We were the clone army that became the stormtroopers.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Who is now the First Order?
It's now the
Yeah,
first order.
it's even worse than being a stormtrooper. You're a first order trooper.
no.
Your face looks like Donald Duck's bill.
Fun times.
So yeah, are you going to relay any of that, or are you just going to suffer that in silence? What do you think, sir?
I think I'm going to relate pretty much all of that to everyone, because Sif is disturbed by that. He wasn't allowed to pass on to be judged by his god, but instead was reanimated as enslaved construct.
I wonder how your god feels about that.
My god probably abandoned me. a long time ago.
I mean, that's the tea.
Yeah. But still, judgment would have been good. So yeah, I relay all of that to everyone.
He's the one who resurrected you.
No,
You didn't see it.
it wasn't Primus and Gond or
He was carrying you after
what's the other
all.
one?
Those footsteps in the sand.
Torm. It wasn't any of them.
Okay.
You don't know who it was that saved your souls.
That's gonna be.
You don't know.
To be
announced.
continued.
Yeah.
... Yeah. So
You tell us anyway.
well, I tell you everything I find out, but then I'm going to try to, like, I try to communicate with the construct,
Yeah.
even though it's essentially one mind. I like heed it to follow me and like assist me, and then ask it how I can leave its body.
So as soon as you say that,
Separate,
you
yeah.
were ejected out of its.
Well, like boom.
Yeah, like it's just like it all opens out and.
Like a cork.
And pushes you
Yeah, like
upright
cork.
out of it, so you're free to just clamber out and down its side.
Yeah, I do that. Does it become small again? It's like
Yeah,
smaller again.
so it starts to sort of compact, like back into the large-sized mecha raccoon that you first encountered.
Okay, well, all right, well, yeah. I after all that, I just give it a gentle pat, and I think Sif is gonna be quite withdrawn for the rest of the for a while, like processing this information and having touched his own mind, but from a different time. I imagine that's quite an
Fuck.
experience, yeah.
Jesus.
No Jesus here.
Not even El Mater.
No.
Later.
What do all of you make of this then? Is there anything you want to say or ask or talk about after having heard this information from Sif about his memories?
I'm a little confused how my soul can be in two places at once.
Yeah.
Do I have a soul right now?
What is a soul?
Is it really me?
Who's to say that we're actually the original us? We could just be like some kind of
Simulacra.
yeah, that. You're an ersatz Ezra.
So Zox says,
Well, open up your mouth there, Blondie. Let me have a look inside. I can tell you if you've got a soul or not just from having a sniff of your breath.
he gets
Actually-
some steps
Ignored.
up, climbs up, and he's just waiting patiently in front of you, Ezra.
Come on.
It's very scientific.
Think of me as your dentist.
What's that?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I am your dentist.
The soul dentist.
Doing it.
So it looks
I like to think it just like grabs your jaw and
Yeah,
just
he
like
does.
opens
He's
it
like,
more.
he cranks it really wide open and puts his,
Oh,
his
careful
snout
in
in there. He's
there.
like,
Mind what you're doing.
Yeah, you got a soul, all right. Stinks.
You got that soul stink.
You want? I could, if he's got one,
Yes,
you've got one.
take
There's no
your
need
word for
for me to stick my fizz hog in your gob.
Oh, okay. What's a fizz?
Face.
Coco just thought it looked like fun.
So, what now, gang?
This day's been intense for me.
Let's go to the tower. Let's find one more of these.
So,
things.
what leads do we have?
Yeah,
There's-
hold on. Let's...
What's the tower?
Of enlightenment.
Tower of
The-
Enlightenment.
Is that the
Tower
one?
of Light.
Is that like the place where the lawful powers kept all their like trophies and? Oh, okay. So yeah, that's the only lead we've got then, isn't it?
And then,
Pretty much.
we
Okay.
have the other one.
Do we have
Aaron's
another?
like Aaron's got this whole plan. He's just like, just go to the tower, guys. Come on. it's been eight sessions. Just go to the tower.
Yeah, the Hydro Heights is what was built on top of the.
Well, that's the whole
ruins
city,
of
isn't it?
Waterdeep.
Embassy
And
of
the-
Discipled Enlightenment.
Yeah.
That's what they've changed it
You also
to.
need to get something else from there, right? Documents.
Yeah, if you take Meter to there, he can raid their databanks for more
Yeah,
specific
I guess-
information on the locations of the other.
Yeah. So that's definitely the next place to go.
And also, I guess with Zox's help, we can find the quickest and possibly least dangerous route that he's travelled there.
Yeah, and we've also got the raccoon now.
Are we going to try and sneak in? Is that
I
is
mean,
that
you have
viable?
to remember that this construct is essentially like break down buildings.
Does it know monk stuff?
So, I have the ability to
Didn't ask.
like cast etherealness.
I'm
So
sure it knows
I
whatever
basically
know
can't.
it will
I can't be touched or seen or.
Can't touch
or-
this.
Dun,
Yeah, I can
dun.
cast some invisibility on a few people. I think etherealness is probably going to work better, but
It's
I
only
mean,
on
I
me,
feel
though,
like-
so-
yeah. But if I can do invisibility on others, I think so. Can you do that as well, Bramble?
Yeah, I can do invisibility.
Yeah. So between us, we can probably invisible up everyone. Although that's not going to make our not Badger. What is he?
Yeah, but that's
Raccoon.
it's a
Raccoon.
city.
Raccoon. He's not going to make our
Raccoon
raccoon
Badger.
friend quite. Are we going to keep him here?
No, we should bring it.
If we
I
bring
think-
it,
I
we
think-
could.
He's not exactly subtle.
I know, but we
Well,
could
I
use
mean,
him as a
he is-
distraction.
He'll
He
blend
is
right in.
small.
Yeah, we're
when he-
going to stand out. It's not like the raccoons.
But
not
we
gonna
could
stand out.
we could use him as a distraction. So if like let's say Sif and Sif 2 and let's say Cray start like cause a distraction in one side, we can try to find an easier way in.
I
And,
love this
you know,
plan.
Well, I think remember he's not huge when Sif's not like piloting him.
He's just large.
But-
He's large size.
Yeah.
and without
I
sifting.
would say though that we would want to avoid using him too obviously because we don't really want. I'm kind of feeling like we probably don't want to draw the attention of the lawful
Yeah.
god.
Also,
I think
do-
they know
feel
how
like-
powerful these things are, which is why they've got one of them in there, like locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but-
think they're gonna spot it a mile off and be like, "Oh, that's not normal."
Also, the fact that the fact that let's say we bust another one out, they're gonna
But we're
double
gonna
the
need him.
guards
Yeah.
everywhere else.
So
We're also
I
gonna need
I
him
still
to deal
have
with the other one.
I still have that domed visor cap that allows me to cast magical disguise self, and I speak machine speech now. So my ruse of being one of the normal
Yeah.
machines is
Yeah.
even more effective because I can actually speak the language.
How could it be even more effective than it was before? How is that possible?
Before you beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, boop, boop. That was so funny.
The circle is complete.
That was.
Uh,
I have become the thing that I hate.
I did not anticipate this.
It's been a transformative experience for Bob.
I mean,
From
Yeah,
my
if we-
point of
if you want to
If we try to get like if we ask Zox how long it, well, if Zox is there, I asked like the closest tunnel towards the Hydro Heights or what was it called?
Yeah.
My brain.
The Tower of Enlightenment.
Yeah, the closest tunnel to the Tower of Enlightenment. How far would you say we'd have to travel?
Are you asking Zox that?
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's quite a way, and there's quite a distance of tunnels and networks that we have to negotiate underground before we can get to the sub-levels that it leads into. It can be quite perilous, but I think you're up to the job. I mean, what was difficult for me will be a lot easier for you guys, I think.
Let's do it.
That's okay. Well, let's set out. At least head towards there.
All right, well, I mean, you make sure you're prepared and for a
In
scrap
the
or two.
morning.
Have we done a long rest? We did, didn't we?
Wait, I mean.
Should
yeah.
we like rest before we do that? Because
I think
We had a-
we
we
can
had a-
sleep in the
we had a
morning.
fight. My HP isn't very
You have long rested.
I'll have
Although
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
we are on a time limit here, so I guess maybe not wait too long.
We rested.
But yeah, we rested because we woke up to the chaos. But
Okay.
we probably
Then we probably rested after
does
that.
everybody
again.
need to rest again?
Aaron did say we rested.
I got healed up by Father Craftmas.
Yeah, we rested. So if we want, we can like grab some supplies and get got.
Mhm.
Get,
Get got.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
Yeah, cool.
Let's go kill something.
Okay, so
Dun, dun, dun.
I think we'll park it there until next session because I think that's a good
Oh, yeah.
place to break, like chapter break.
Make a Sith.
So thanks for playing, everybody. Thanks to anyone that might have watched this or is watching this. It's appreciated. So
That was a journey.
yeah, has anybody got anything that they want to promote or shout about before we sign off? Is there anything? Anybody's?
Not today.
No, it's been pretty boring.
There are a few things. There's a. Let's get Kickstarter up and have a look. There's usually something going on Kickstarter that's worth a punt. Help some people out by promoting some business.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. Don't put that in my head. No,
Oh.
don't.
There is one thing that I've just remembered. I've no idea if it'll be any good or not, but I do very much enjoy the game Slay the Spire, which is now
Oh, I've heard
on PC and iOS and Android and stuff. They've just announced a Kickstarter for a board game.
Oh, cool.
So there will be a Slay the Spire board game.
Nice.
Like I said, I don't know if it'll be any good, but the digital game is a card game and is very good, and it would make sense if the board game translation of that worked pretty well. That's like I guess you'd say it's a roguelike, and that's for 1 to 4 players.
Mm.
So what do they call it? Kind of like a drafting, deck building roguelike.
Cool. Sounds good.
That's cool.
So, some of the stuff. Oh, come on. I can't log in now. This is great. On air, not being able to log in.
It's real, man.
We're doing it live at least.
Oh,
That's what proves it's live.
Can't be arsed. I'm having login issues, so that's not worth.
We can always post a link.
Yeah, we'll post a link. I know that there's something
Share on
for.
Twitter.
Is it 2C Gaming? They're like a third-party publisher for D&D supplements, and they're doing epic level creature, like an epic level monster manual, because they do epic level adventures, and now they've just started to.
Epic Legacy Campaign Codex.
Yes,
Is that it?
that's it, and that sounds really good because it's for people that basically want to go beyond level 20 and like do like super epic, challenging sort of adventures and fighting epic level enemies. So if anybody's interested in that, have a look. I think that's all I can recall off the top of my head, and I'm probably missing out some really cool stuff and not using this platform to help anybody, so I apologise. My adventures are available on the DMs Guild if people are feeling generous and want to throw some shekels my way. That would be greatly appreciated. They include the Blood Ties Anthology, which my adventure The Crimson Well is part of, which also has art by some of the Misfits, which includes Saren, Cray, Cat, and Mike Kelly. Then there's not those, The Fox and the Fae and Craftmas with Gremlins, which is what I've been drawing on some of the rules for these our Craftmas Christmas winter festive themed adventures, and they're both available on the DMs Guild as well. I've been drawing upon these resources for our current campaign set in the far future. Ultramodern 5, Arcana of the Ancients should both be available on the DMs Guild, and they include like various adventures and weapons and armor and other artifacts and items that are geared more towards a tech-based scenario. And I've also been utilising Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage for certain elements for this particular story arc. And what else? And I've also been drawing upon these 3 supplements: Rogue's Law, Meter Mechanus, and Talos Unleashed, for more flavour or ideas for a lawful occupied plane of existence. They have a lot about Mechanus and Primus and all of that kind of stuff in there. So please, if you're interested in seeing more about that kind of thing, go seek these supplements out because they contain some good stuff. Other than that, that's it, I think. That's got to be the worst send-off I've ever done to date, but I'm frazzled because I've had no sleep. So I'm just going to wait for this to load back up because it's now lagging again. Come on! We're stuck on this screen forever. takes so long. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah. So thanks for playing, everybody. We'll be back next Wednesday at the usual time, 8 PM UK. If you want to join us, all are welcome. And until then, be safe, be kind, be creative, and play D&D.
Roll fucking
See you,
die.
see you everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.